I was going to change a simple spark plug on this 3.5 liter Ecoboost Ford engine 2011 F-150 pickup. What was supposed to be an easy, fairly easy job turned into a not so easy job. When I pulled this plug, the plug tube was full of oil, told me that the valve cover seals are leaking, so what do? I bought new valve covers. The reason I bought new is these come all prepared with the seals in, everything ready to go. And these plastic valve covers have a tendency of warping, and I didn't want to mess with them. These come from the local auto store, Napa, here in my community. So what turned out to be what I thought a routine spark plug replacement turns into a valve cover replacement. And as I was looking at this job, I noticed that there's just a lot of stuff that has to come off the top of the engine to get these installed. I've never done this before, but I'm always willing to give something a shot. So follow to the end to see how this turns out. I hope it turns out okay. Oh boy, this old truck's turning into a little bit more work than I thought. Obviously, the first step to this is popping this cover, and all you got to do is, the first thing you got to do, I guess, is take this oil cap off, and then just grab a hold of this and a quick pop up, and it pops right out, and you can lift it right out of there, set it to the side. Don't forget to put your plug back or your oil cap back on. You don't want dirt getting in there, but that's just real easy. It's got a couple hooks here, hook here. You can see that, and a hook right there. That pops off real easy. I had no idea that that would come off that easy, but it does. I'm starting here on what I think is the easier side, and obviously there's a lot of stuff that has to come off of here. I'm not going to show going through step by step what has to come off, but there are vacuum lines. You need to be careful that you don't break your fittings. There's plugs here. You've got the coils and the plugs for, or the wire connectors for the coils. You've got vacuum lines in the back of the engine. You have a harness right here that'll have to be loosened. And possibly the heater hoses back there. It looks like I might have enough room to pop this up and out, but maybe not. I might loosen this and pull it over to the side. But let me get digging right in here and see what happens. Boy, why am I doing this? Well, we got that valve cover off, but boy, was it a job. Had a lot of stuff to move out of the way. And that wiring harness there in the back, that does have something that goes down into the head that holds it in place. I didn't know that. It's a little pin clip with a tie strap on it. I took plenty of pictures so we don't lose track of where all this stuff goes. But my goal today is to get this head surface cleaned up now, get everything I need to switch from the old valve cover to the new one, get it laid back in there, crisscross pattern, and torque it down. I don't even know what the torque specs are, but we'll figure it out. Clean up these things here, and I want to show you the old valve cover. I want to show you the two heads here, or heads, valve covers. I keep calling them heads. I don't know why. Probably because I was cleaning heads. But you see there, got a nice picture of them. See how dirty this one is, how clean this is. We have to move this. This screws off, goes in here. There was a clip back here that attached the wire, Wire harness broke off. I didn't know it was in there. If I did, I might have tried to clip it out or get it out. These were stuck around the tube. Struggled to get those out, but we got them broke loose. Put a little screwdriver in there and broke it loose, and it popped right out. You can look inside here and see the oil residue. It was gathered in this area, and then right here it just was really oily and gunky. This area here wasn't bad. These tubes had no oil in it. This one was about third full. But we got it off. It was hard. With the help of a friend, was able to accomplish it. He's a lot skinnier than I am. I bend over there and my belly gets in the way. But we got it off. Now we're going to try to put it back on here in a little bit. But I think we'll take a little bit of a break and see what we can get done. But that's a little bit bigger job than I thought. And there's a lot of parts that we had to pull loose, air hoses, that thing. But I took plenty of pictures, and hopefully this will go back together. We'll clean everything up in there, the top of the head. The tubes, we'll clean around the outside edge of those. We'll put lubricant in all the rubber areas. This new valve cover comes with all the gaskets intact. So hopefully we can slide it in there and get this put back together. Now what you're looking at here is the valve cover installed. I put new plugs in while I was at it. The biggest issue was I struggled to get this bracket on down here that holds some of the hoses. I had to remember how the vacuum lines go. The coils came out real easy. The plugs came out. I put a little dielectric grease on the fittings, the electrical fittings. These snapped right back into place. This snapped right back into place. Everything went really good. Now with these new plugs, let's fire it up and see what it sounds like. Started right up. I don't see any oil. By the way, we did torque those to about, it said between 30 and 60 inch-pounds. We're on the high side, the 60 end. Said let it come up to temperature, then re-torque them. I really don't think I need to with the torque that I put on it, but we'll check them. I got a little ticking with my belt. I don't know, I will not know until we get into the engine, a few miles on it to know if I actually cured the problem. I hope so. It was a lot of work putting that on. Now the other side over here will be real similar, so I'm not going to bore you with all that. There is just a little extra I have to take loose over there, but the process is all the same. The biggest issue was to get this old one off. It didn't want to pop off around those tubes, but I tapped them a little bit with a hammer and a screwdriver and broke them loose, and then they popped right off. So there you have it. Well, I'm going to say that job is complete, at least for the driver or passenger side. We'll tackle the other one tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know that I will record that. I may, but I don't know. We'll see. I appreciate you watching to the end. If you enjoy what I bring each week, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button. That way you know what you'll be informed on my upcoming videos. If you like what you see me doing on this truck, you might want to see the video where I replaced the front brakes. You can catch that video right here. I did the complete brakes, including hose, the hoses, the rotors, the calipers, everything. Can it be fixed? You're darn right it can be fixed. Can you fix it? You're darn right you can fix it. Until the next one.